I never thought my life would end like this. It's funny, really. One minute you're blissfully unaware, going about your daily routine, and the next, your world crumbles around you. My name is Rebecca Collins, and I'm here to share my unfortunate tale, a story of a twisted individual whose sole purpose was to extinguish the light from innocent lives. It began several months ago, on a cold winter night. I had just returned home from work, feeling drained but grateful for another day survived amidst the hustle and bustle of the city. Little did I know, that night marked the first encounter with my impending doom. As I walked through the dimly lit corridor of my apartment building, a familiar face caught my eye. His tall figure towered over me as he passed by, his icy blue eyes penetrating my soul, chilling me to the bone. Something about him unnerved me, but I shrugged it off, dismissing it as paranoia. Days turned into weeks, and initially everything seemed normal, until strange occurrences started taking place. Late at night, I'd hear faint footsteps echoing through my empty apartment, or catch glimpses of shadows darting past doorways when no one else was around. Fear gripped me, consuming my every thought, but I couldn't pinpoint the source of these eerie phenomena. Was it my imagination playing cruel tricks on me, or was someone watching my every move? One gloomy winter evening, as I sat alone in my living room engrossed in a book, a chilling sensation washed over me. The air seemed colder than usual, and an inexplicable sense of dread hung heavy in the room. Faint whispers whispered through the walls, growing louder with each passing moment.
Rebecca.
A haunting voice called out, sending shivers down my spine. Sudden panic gripped my heart. I had to escape this place. But as I hurriedly rose from my chair, a masked figure emerged from the shadows, storming towards me with malicious intent. My screams were muffled by a gloved hand covering my mouth, and terror paralyzed me as I gazed into those bloodshot eyes, the eyes of a monster. The maniacal murderer whose identity eluded me until now was none other than the cold, menacing man I'd encountered months ago. Time lost its meaning as minutes turned into hours, and darkness consumed me. Bound and helpless, I became a mere pawn in his sadistic game, a game that only he understood. He reveled in his power, relishing in my fear and despair. He would taunt me, whispering twisted thoughts into my ear, describing the horrors he had inflicted upon others before me. Each passing moment, I could feel my hope wane, replaced by a grim acceptance of my fate. Days turned into weeks as he continued his relentless torture. His methods became more brutal, more sadistic with each passing day. I lost count of the number of times he pushed me to the edge of death, only to resuscitate me and start the torment anew. But even in the depths of this nightmarish hell, a small ember of defiance burned within me. I refused to let him break my spirit completely. I clung onto memories of loved ones, recalling their smiles, their laughter, drawing strength from their voices that echoed in my mind. I vowed that even in death, I would not let him win. As time wore on, however, the physical toll became unbearable. My body, battered and bruised, barely responded to my commands, and then one fateful night, he grew tired of playing his cruel game. With a chilling smile, he prepared for the final act of this horrifying tragedy. He dragged me to a hidden location, an abandoned warehouse that became the stage for my ultimate demise. The dimly lit room was filled with a heavy silence, broken only by the sound of my shallow, labored breaths. I knew that escape was impossible at this point. My days were numbered. As the serial killer stood before me, his true intentions were revealed. He had meticulously planned every detail, orchestrating this twisted narrative to its dreadful conclusion. With a voice that dripped with malevolence, he taunted me one final time.
Your existence ends here, Rebecca.
He proclaimed, his eyes gleaming with sadistic delight.
But remember, your suffering will forever haunt those who loved you.
His words stung. Yet in that moment, I found solace in the thought that my sacrifice might bring justice for his previous victims. For even if my life flickered out, maybe it would shed light on this monster and ensure no more lives were cut short by his hand. With a calm determination, I refused to cower or plead for mercy. Instead, I met his gaze head-on, defiance burning in my eyes. My spirit remained unbroken, even as he raised the weapon, a chilling implement of death, towards me. And then, an abrupt darkness enveloped everything. The pain, the fear, all ceased to exist. I had crossed the threshold from life to an eternal unknown. The grip of the serial killer's brutality had finally claimed its victory. Days turned into weeks, and my absence did not go unnoticed. Friends and family searched tirelessly for me, their hearts heavy with worry and despair. The police, now fully engaged in the hunt for the sadistic murderer, followed every lead, every clue that might unravel the mystery of my disappearance. But the truth remained concealed behind a veil of darkness, as did the whereabouts of my lifeless body. In the wake of my tragic end, a quiet storm brewed within the hearts of those left behind. My loved ones mourned my loss deeply, haunted by the questions that would forever remain unanswered. The spirit of vengeance drove them forward, determined to bring justice to not only me, but to all the victims whose lives were maliciously extinguished by this remorseless killer. Though my physical presence was no more, my memory became an indomitable force, the catalyst for change. The relentless pursuit of the truth propelled the investigation forward until it finally led to the apprehension of the very monster responsible for my demise. As the news broke, revealing his identity to a stunned public, the weight on my loved ones' shoulders eased ever so slightly. Closure began to weave its way into their lives, their grief slowly transforming into a bittersweet peace. The serial killer would face the full extent of the justice system, and while it wouldn't bring me back, it would ensure that no more lives would be snuffed out by his twisted desires. In my absence, flowers bloomed at my memorial, bearing witness to the love and devotion that surrounded me in life. Friends and family poured their hearts into creating a space to remember me, a place where my spirit could find solace. They found comfort in sharing stories of our time together, laughter mingling with tears as they celebrated the light I had once brought to their lives. As the seasons turned, healing commenced, albeit slowly. My legacy became one of resilience and the indomitable spirit of those left behind. The pain of my loss never faded entirely, but it transformed into an unwavering determination to cherish each precious moment, to hold loved ones close and protect them from the darkness that threatened to consume. Though my journey ended far too soon, my memory would forever live on. In the hearts of those who loved me, I became a symbol of strength, reminding others to embrace life fiercely and without regret. And as the sun set on each day, painting the horizon in an array of vibrant hues, they would raise their faces to the sky, whispering my name and finding solace in the knowledge that I was always with them, guiding their steps in the ever-unfolding tapestry of life. The darkness may have claimed my physical form, but it could not touch the essence of who I was. My spirit lingered, a beacon of resilience and hope amidst the shadows. Through the tears and the pain, my loved ones learned to carry me within their hearts, finding strength in the memories we shared. As the years passed, justice prevailed. The serial killer faced the consequences of his heinous crimes, sentenced to a lifetime behind bars. Though it didn't undo the horrors he inflicted or bring me back, it brought a sense of closure to those still grappling with their grief. And on the day that society breathed a collective sigh of relief, knowing that one more monster was confined, I watched from the ethereal realm, smiling down upon a world that continued to spin despite the tragedies it held. For in the midst of darkness, there was always light, a flickering flame of resilience that refused to be extinguished. In death, I found peace, my memory forever imprinted in the hearts of those who knew me.